Hello, my friends. I'm jumping on because, in case you haven't heard, doors are open until tomorrow night, Tuesday. Tuesday's tomorrow, yes, October 24th, 2023 at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So if you have been thinking about joining the Energy Alchemist Program and you're just waiting until the last minute looking for that little divine nudge, let this be your sign. I'm hopping on specifically because I have a very special gift for those who jump in before midnight tomorrow night, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But I also want to answer a community question that came up that is so important, which is what is the expected transformation of going through the Energy Alchemist? What can I expect? I love this question. So let me start off with it this way. It's a beautiful thing to know that we really are a reflection of the heavens above. That comment, as above, so below. We know that our vibration, the frequency we choose to set out into life, we attract those kinds of experiences. And as a result, when you look at the heavens above in the cosmos and you realize that we only know about 10% of the universe. We've only discovered that many planets and nebula and systems, solar systems out there. 90% of it is undiscovered. It's what's considered dark matter. And neuroscientists have said it's the same thing with our mind. 10% has been discovered that they see us using the neurons and the synapses, but the other 90% is kind of, they termed it, believe it or not, garbage cells. It's like dark matter. We just don't know. There is so much available to us. We've only begun to tap the surface of it. Think of it like the iceberg that floats in the ocean. You see just a teeny tiny portion of it, that 10%, and the other 90 is hiding beneath the waters. So the Energy Alchemist Program, what it does is it says, let's look at that 90%, the part that logic and science and data and facts doesn't always have the ability to dive into. We're going to look beneath those layers, beneath the subconscious, and go into the energetics to look at your energy field. We are made up of electricity. Scientists know this and they've proven it. We've got positive and negative neurons going through our body. So when you do practices like earthing or grounding by going outside, it's very calming because when we're anxious and we're all worked up, we tend to have a lot of positive ions floating in our space. So by going outside and connecting with the earth, we get that balance of negative ions. So there's continually a flow of electricity through our body. Scientists have proven this. When the electricity disappears, we do as well. We move on to the next adventure and experience because as a spiritual being having this human experience, that spirit is helping to bring the electricity, the light in your eyes into this moment. So what does this mean? Well, when you look at the way the electricity, the energy moves through your body, specifically along these pathways that meditators have seen, known as nadis, the yogis call them nadis, in the traditional, I wanted to say Ayurvedic, but that's more the nadis. In the Chinese systems, when you look at acupressure and puncture, they call them meridians. You see that the energy centers of the body, the chakras, are associated with these electrical impulses that travel along the spine. And where they meet, they form vortexes. So meditators have been able to get into a state of being, that alpha brainwave state, to really begin to utilize their intuitive gifts to bring to light these things that were always there. And I get goosebumps. So any intuitive gifts you have, anything that's in that 90% of dark matter, so to speak, if it's not being used, you're not able to take advantage of it. It's just laying around. It's kind of like having $1 million in your closet and going around thinking, oh, how am I going to pay my bills, or how am I going to, send my kids to college or buy them the car or just get what I need or invest in myself. And it's like, open up the closet. It's right there. Oh my goodness gracious. This is what gets me so excited. there is an invisible world all around us filled with possibility, potential, and opportunity. If someone would just turn the lights on a little bit, imagine the treasures that could be seen and found. And that's the energetic experience, the transformation of the Energy Alchemist Program. We turn on the lights so that you can begin to discover your intuitive gifts and start to use them. What many of the Energy Alchemist students have said is that going through this program, they've had these gifts all along. They just didn't realize it. And when we lay out the specific pathways, the system, the structure, the practices, the formulas, so easy to do, then they can start putting into practice these gifts they've had all along. So for example, one of my Energy Alchemist students, an incredible author, she attends many book festivals, she's the voice of many of her authors, she's connecting with new potential clients at these festivals, and as an empath, she tends to draw in the people who just want to dump their life story and their woes right in her energetic lap. So often in those events, she would be exhausted. She'd come home, her immune system would be run down, she'd catch something. She's naturally an introvert, so being out there, it just sucked the life out of her. And it gets to the point where it's like, how can I continue to do this? It's a key piece of her work and her job. So with the Energy Alchemist program, she learned how to protect her energy field. She learned how to do that through meditative practices, visualizations, energy practices, through sacred tools and rituals like the rocks in your pockets. She set up specific crystals around her booth at the festival. She also energized it so it attracted the right people, her ideal client, and kept away the energy vampires. Not only did it make a difference in how she felt at the end of the festival, she had the energy to do what she needed to do, but her friend who would assist her was so blown away. She said, "Oh my gosh, I feel blocked. Can you help me?" So she was able to turn and help her friend release the energetic blocks in the chakras that was draining her and keeping her playing small. This is so exciting because you have the gift of being able to access your intuitive powers. I'm going to call them powers, these special gifts from God, to open up a whole new level of living, one that enables it to be more easeful. I'm going to use easeful. It's very interesting when people talk in the spiritual world about taking the path of least resistance. I think many times it's confused with the easy path or the easy way out. And let me tell you what, I don't tend to attract the people who like the easy way, because I definitely don't. If I'm given two choices between the easy way and the really, really hard way, I tend to choose the really hard way. Now why? Well, it's a couple different reasons. But one, there's a great satisfaction from accomplishing a challenge. When things come easily to us, like when you look at astrology, sextiles are easeful aspects. There are things in our chart that our spirit said, you know what, we don't want to work too hard in this area. We want to give ourselves this gift that it's easeful. And when things are easeful, we kind of take them for granted. We don't really learn a lot. We kind of tune out. Think of anything that you do automatically that's so easy right now. It could be walking, it could be tying your shoes or brushing your teeth. At some point in your life as a child, those were not easy things. Like, you really had to slow down. So for example, let's say you're right-handed dominant and you break your right hand, and now all of a sudden you have to do everything with your left hand. Well, you have to really slow down to brush your teeth to get that coordination. It's a great exercise for neuroplasticity and strengthening the mind, the brain specifically, and keeping yourself young. But you start to realize, wow, I was taking it for granted how easy it is to brush my teeth. It's not a terrible thing. It's nice to have those automatic things in life. We don't even realize that we're taking it for granted, but we do. So challenges, the challenging way, it's not so much that we're looking for hard, but we're looking to evolve and grow. The Energy Alchemists, the people who are called to this program, who are moved by their spirit, something stirs within their heart, they know that there's something more to life out there than what they're experiencing right now. They've felt this aching, this longing in their heart. They don't understand why it's so hard to find people who can truly see them, where they can feel like they belong, where they are able to receive love. So many empaths are there for other people, giving love, asking them, how was your day? How's it going? And either no one ever asks them how their day was, or when they do, they don't listen to the answer. So in this experience of the Energy Alchemist, you're surrounded by a community who gets it. And myself, as your guide on this path, I'm here to give you feedback all along the way. So that brings me to the extra little gift that I want to bring in tonight, because it's amazing to share this journey with you. And I have felt compelled to share this with you, which is all of those who jump in, and anybody who's jumped in already gets included, who jumps in before midnight Eastern time tomorrow, Tuesday, October 24th. You will have a one-on-one healing energy session with me. And we'll have a chance to do a deep dive look and do an energy map reading, and we'll lay it all out together so that we can create a really personalized plan on this Energy Alchemist adventure. All right, if you have any questions, then simply type them in the comments below or hit reply if you're getting this via email. I look forward to joining this adventure with you, to have you join me as well. We're in this together. I truly believe that. All right, have an amazing, amazing day or evening wherever you are in the world. May you know how loved you are and how cherished. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye, guys.